I could spacewalk no problem. I'd probably throw up, but I could do it.
I would get motion sick.
As long as my knees don't have the crushing weight of being in my 30s, I think I could do it.
A big part of my job was figuring out how to overcome gravity to make this game. There is all of the incredible grandeur of space, and we're like in touch with the kind of Newtonian physics of how it all works. And my job was to execute that in what is effectively like one of the highest tech conference rooms in the world. How the characters move in Zero-G was something that we spent a lot of time focusing on. And as we got through, and as narrative in particular saw we were finding solutions to their crazy ideas, they started writing more of them. So by the time we hit Act 5, we were using every trick in the book. Plus, there's a contraption called a spider swing. We would put our actors in it and carry them around. And from there, we could really move people through space. Like if we're doing a Zero-G stealth, you're pulling yourself from one object to the next. Yeah, we could pretty convincingly sell floating and moving in Zero-G.
In regards to the cinematic style in the game, we looked a lot at what Jeremy Benning, the cinematographer on the show, did. We really wanted to maintain that look and feel, so it was really important that in our Zero-G scenes, we had stuff like camera roll that would make it feel like you're actually in Zero-G. But there is a kind of a fine line in there. So it really took kind of like per shot basis to kind of understand how much of that we wanted to implement. All of those little decisions that they made and understanding how they apply to our game was something that was important to us.
There was a moment when we were first developing episode 1, you finally get to open space, right? And the environment artists had put in all this wreckage with Jupiter behind it. And you just step out there and you're like, oh my goodness, this is actually like really beautiful in a weird way. And you just really feel a scale. I think that was the moment where I was kind of like, oh yeah, this is really cool. Like this is gonna be really fun to explore.
For us, doing the environmental storytelling and creating the narrative, it was making sure that the player had a reason to explore this large space. Different parts of the world open up to you, and if you seek them out, you can unlock more conversations with characters, or more ways of solving problems, or even ways of, reaching a closer relationship with people.
You're out in the middle of nowhere, so if you can find something that makes somebody's day, it will change how they perceive you, and you will get to learn more about the crew. So we really want players to get out there, explore, find these items, because it will change the story if you find the right items.
I found this cigar on the Urshanabi. Thought you might want it.
We've made cinematic games before, so we understood the cinematic development pipeline. We understood motion capture, facial animation, and really having that experience feel good. Where it felt awesome was getting the Zero-G, the mag boots, the interacts, the crew talking with you about those things and having dialogues, conversations while you're exploring, and then going into those cinematics. It really felt like this seamless experience that was highly cinematic and was gameplay centric and still told a really good story at the same time.
Touchdown! Woo!
I've got some radiation from a nearby ship, the Manitoba. Scanner shows the engine is mostly intact. Maybe a few pellets too.
Bossman, that's the far edge of the debris field. You'll be exposed.
You two head back to the Artemis. Everyone stays on the ship, but be ready to pick me up on my order.